Today is going to be day 2 of Vin's speaking and stage workshop. It's a lot like a lot of the speaking workshops that I've attended, but it's much more in-depth. Day 1 covered a lot of the fundamentals of voice. He actually brought in a singing coach, which was a lot of fun. And then we talked about some of the fundamentals like rate of speech, volume, tonality, pitch. And then we got into practice with one of my favorite exercises I've ever done. This was really cool. He actually had us read children's books, and he had us exaggerate each of the different levers that you can fluctuate as part of a speaking engagement. If I had to guess what would go on day 2, I would guess it's going to be half storytelling and half use of body and physicality.
Good morning, everyone. Now grab your seats, grab your seats. Oh, storytelling. It's instant. Which comprises of... Oh, and also just real quickly, this is the wife that needs to work on chart views. That is a gold line. Because once you've told a story...
Alright, so what is your favorite part of the workshop been so far?
I was kind of surprised that Vin kind of walked us through like all of the things that are behind great speakers. He really dissected it, and he knew it in ways that I didn't think was possible. I thought like a lot of this is practice and getting to know it, but he really put it together in a way that I think I can recreate later.
Okay, so we're not going to dive into how we're going to find stories in the past. This is about us now, from this point on, collecting stories, moving forward into our life. Because you make it shape who you are. Think of certain periods, different periods in your life, teenage years, adulthood, elementary.
Anyone else need to spell that? Okay, we'll get to the numbers then. Actually, I'm too good there yet, so we're not from Anaheim area here, so yeah.
So I just finished up day 2 of Vin's workshop. It was a really fun workshop. I thought it was a really fantastic day because we were able to take a lot of the fundamentals, a lot of the work that we'd done, and put it into practice in combination with the idea of storytelling. So I ended today's session with a really interesting conversation with Vin himself, the leader of the workshop, the famous keynoter magician. And one of the things that we talked about was that I kept bringing up all these ideas around technology and humanity, like the impact of narrowcasting on how we relate to each other and things like that. And it made me really think a lot about how my message and my kind of unique ideas don't necessarily connect that well to the audience that I'm currently addressing. So I think it's becoming clearer to me that I need to make a decision about, do I want to keep the existing audience that I have and double down on that, or do I want to try pivoting into a different audience that maybe more aligns with my value? Made it back to the hotel room. One of my favorite things about this shirt is at the end of the day you can just... Hi beauty boo, you're so beautiful tonight.
I was saying, I was watching a bunch of makeup videos.
Just had a very brief chat with Steph, very good to check in, but I'm trying to overcome my internal introvert nature. And so I'm gonna head back to the theater where they're doing a Q&A. One of the really interesting things that happened today was Vin was talking about the power that exists in terms of when we are vulnerable and when we share our vulnerabilities in storytelling. And so the magic thing that happened was that all these people started telling their stories. One person started telling a story about something that not great that happened to them, and this really inspired the rest of the group to try and tell their stories. And so the stories for a little while got sadder and sadder, but we felt so connected to the audience. I don't think I'll ever forget the moment and the kind of the feelings that we all had. It felt like we were all going through it together, and that was just magical. Overcoming introverted tendencies while getting lots of steps in. So we had such a great workshop today with Vin. What do you think about going to Cold Stone Creamery?
That sounds like a great idea.
Awesome, Brett! Hello!
Hello!
stars authentic. So the only one that wasn't authentic was this one. All right, escape room tomorrow night. We got this?
Yeah.
So I just want to thank everyone for this amazing adventure. This is way better than Downtown Disney.
We did it! We broke the world
We
record!
did it!
It's a little personal.
I know, right? I know.
And what? Wait, I want to know where that ends. And then what happened?
And then there's an object.
$500. Do you want to inspect it? Is this something that you wanted to do?
Wow. Real money again? Ballsy.
Cool. If you take it, this might not be as impressive as if you just take it just like this. Put them together, look at the corners. It's gonna happen really quickly.
So $500.
Just like that.
Wait.
Anybody could just really turn 500 into $5.
Where did the money go? That's a terrible trick. Go do the other way.
Yeah.
No, you take video of me when I'm like ugly.
Do you want to wish everyone a good night on the vlog?
No.
Just got back from a fantastic night with some of the participants from the workshop. I really pushed myself out of my little shell, and we had a fantastic time. We scheduled ourselves to go to an escape room tomorrow night, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I feel like I had a bunch of really deep stories and a bunch of really deep conversations with these folks. We laughed, we shared, it was a lot of fun, and it really emphasized a lot of the things that Vinh was teaching us today. So overall, I think the more I reflect on this workshop, the more I'm gonna learn. So I'm gonna take some dedicated time to do that. But that's all for tonight. Good night.